Good morning, everyone. We are live from Houston, Texas. I'm so glad you're here. Today is Tuesday, August 14th, and this is show number 77 of Live with Captain Housekeeper. My name is Drew Borski, and like I said, I'm very happy you're here. Lots of people in the chat room before the show started. If you want to join in, if you're new here, you can come a little bit early, and I always have the chat room set up, ready to go. It's usually about a half hour before. And come on and join the fun. But if you are new here, be sure you subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel and ring the little notification bell so you'll be alerted when I put up a new video or when I go live. Speaking of that, remember yesterday, if you were here, you saw that I did a little section on tips on cleaning your ceiling fans. Well, I put that information into a blog post, so if you want to catch up, I put a link to that blog post right at the top of the show description. So if you want to see the blog post about cleaning ceiling fans, you can check that out after the show. Don't leave yet. You know, if you didn't write the information down, it's all there for you to visit later on. So click it there. Lots of people here. Good morning, Laren. Haven't seen you in a while. It's so good to see you. Good morning, Diana and KB. Captain Kristen, Captain Charles is here, Captain Cheryl's here. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Captain Terry's here. It's good to see you, Terry. I hope you're recovering well. I'm so glad you've joined us again. Captain Terry's the one that asked about cleaning ceiling fans. So thank you, Terry, for such a great question. Please, if you have questions you want me to answer, I'm scrolling through my comments. I just don't want to miss anything. If you have any questions you want me to answer on a future show, please leave it. If you're in the chat room, leave it in the chat room, and I'll review it later. Or if you're watching the show in the future, feel free to leave a comment. I will read it, and hopefully I'll choose your question for a future show to answer. Good morning, Melissa. It's good to see you. Yesterday, I'm laughing because I had to do that aquarium, right? The aquarium was green with algae. I mean, I felt bad for the fishies, but they're healthy and they're fine. It wasn't as bad as I'm making it sound, but I wish it were cleaner, right? If you follow me on Instagram, you saw a couple pics I put up of the cleaning process and also of the tank afterwards. It came out pretty clean. I was kind of happy. I think I've identified one of the problems. Remember, we were talking yesterday that I couldn't really identify why I had algae. I believe Captain Maggie pointed out it might be too close to a window, for example. Captain Karen said maybe I need another pump. Both of those may be true. I'm still investigating. But one of the things that I think is a problem is I was really looking at the tank just before I cleaned it to see where the algae was building up. And one of the things was the tank's one of those tall ones, not the real long ones. So if you have a tank that's tall, the urge is to put in plants that are real tall to fill the space. What I've noticed is the areas where the algae seem to be starting from was on the tops of those plants, and they were up in the, let's say in the bubble zone where the bubbles are going. So real close to the light, lots of oxygen. I think that might be a little bit of the source. So I replanted, they're all plastic. I replanted the aquarium with just low plants, about halfway up. We'll see if that helps. Captain Charles is long, not tall. Yeah, all my aquariums have always been long. This first time I tried a tall one, I thought it would be fun to have different like fish that are at the bottom, fish that are in the middle, fish that are at the top. I have like 3 fish, so I couldn't bring myself to get more fish while it was so dirty. So anyway, I got the aquarium done. It took a couple of hours. Totally worth it. I'm very happy with it. The cleanup afterwards was hard too because I made such a mess cleaning the tank. Good morning, Captain Julie. It's good to see you. Hope you got your trash out this week, Captain Julie. I know I did. I actually can hear the trash trucks going past. We should be serenaded by the Labradors soon, but they seem to be ignoring the noise for some reason. They usually bark like crazy. Good job, Captain Julie, putting your trash out. Very proud of you. Way to take control. It's terrible when you miss a week. I missed a week not too long ago. I just forgot. And man, that trash can got so stinky. So I have it on my phone as a reminder, but the thing about reminders is you have to do them when they pop up. I didn't do that. So I got my aquarium cleaned. Today is pool service day, so I got the pool gate unlocked. They haven't arrived yet, but I have a lunch meeting right after the show, so the show is not going to be stretched out too long because I need to freshen up and then drive downtown, which is always a pleasure for me. I used to live downtown Houston. When we first came to Houston, we didn't know what neighborhood to live in, and choosing the right neighborhood is, it's vital for your lifestyle. You got to be around, the types of areas you want to visit and be around, right? So we actually got an apartment downtown at an old historic hotel called the Rice Hotel. We were in the penthouse. Didn't know how we got that. They were desperate to rent out this hotel, these apartments, because do you remember Enron? Enron, there's a big scandal that Enron collapsed and all these people in Houston lost their jobs. They all lived at that hotel, and so they had it emptied out, and they were desperate to rent it out. So we got the penthouse. And then after that, kind of figured out the lay of the land of Houston before we found this house. So it'll be fun to go back downtown, my old stomping grounds. It'll be fun. So yeah, I got that meeting at lunch. I'm hoping to have steak and lobster for lunch. We'll see. I'm not paying, so sky's the limit. Those are my favorite kind of lunches. I'm just teasing. I'm a very conservative person when it comes to eating, believe it or not. So I got my attack plan out and I got part of it done. When I get back from that lunch meeting, I'm going to re-tackle the studio. I didn't get to it yesterday because that aquarium project was much bigger than I expected. So I'm going to get back. I'm looking, you know what I'm looking at? That's the wall of shame. I call it that. Something fell at 4:30 in the morning. I have metal containers. I actually have a collection of old flour sifters, and I use it like for paintbrushes and stuff. And one of them fell in the middle of the night, like at 4:30 in the morning this morning. Scared the daylights out of everybody. There were cats diving under beds, dogs barking their heads off. I was scared because I'm convinced I'm haunted now. I need to get me a Bruheim here and smudge this place. But anyway, if I get that wall under control, such things shouldn't happen in the future. Oh, KV says she doesn't eat out much. I really don't eat out much either because I really like to control what I'm eating. And eating out can get, I don't know. I just feel like I wish I knew where that food was really coming from. Like the grocery store is that much better, right? But I do like to cook a lot too. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I was talking to a professional once who was trying to give me tips on like de-stressing because my job used to be really super stressful. There was so much to do and not enough time in the day. And so this person was giving me tips on de-stressing. And one of the things he said to do is to do something dangerous. He said if you go rock climbing, some hobby that's kind of edgy like that, it really can be like a pressure release of stress, right? And what I discovered is what I love to do is cook. And that took the stress away when I realized that if you don't pay attention when you're cooking, you're going to cut off a finger or you're going to burn yourself. It's very dangerous to cook. So instead of rock climbing, I took up cooking a couple years ago, and it's been very helpful. It's been fun to learn. I've eaten a lot of good food, and it's taken a lot of the stress away. So that's fun. Lean cuisines for lunch. Oh, poor Julie. There's actually a new one out. I can't remember what it's called. I was eating them a couple months ago for lunches, and they didn't have any preservatives or anything in them. I can't remember. Smart Lunch or something? I don't know. I don't remember. It's in the freezer section. But they were really good. Quite tasty. I'm reading the comments. It's fun to read the comments while we're on the air. Oh, Laren, you like to bake too? Oh, I haven't. I can bake some because my mama did teach me how to bake when I was a kid. But I got obsessed with that British baking show, that British Bake Off or whatever it's called. And they started putting it on Netflix a couple years ago. I got obsessed with Mary Berry and Oh, I can't remember the guy's name that's on it. Anyway, Mary Berry is just amazing. So I got her baking book for Christmas this year. And I was going to bake something out of it every week. And I started. And I started gaining weight so fast. I was like, okay, put a pin in that. Maybe once a month. But I love to bake also. I'm just not very experienced at it. So I'm looking forward to learning more about baking. Captain Terry says, I still have a half a wall of shame in my garage. It feels good to know that at least half of it is gone. Oh, and Captain Terry also said in the chat room that she Goldilocked her closet. So that's really, really good. I'm almost finished with mine. Haven't quite done it. But you know that whole, is there too much or is there too little? You want to hit it right in the middle so that it's just right. So good for you that you have half your garage under control. I don't have a garage. I have a carport because we live in the tropics here. So not every house comes with a garage down here. Mine's a carport, so I can't really store anything out there. So that's actually been kind of a blessing. I got the storage barn of shame in the backyard. The 2-story storage shed. We'll be tackling that soon too. Good morning, Grace. Good to see you. How are you today? I'm so glad you're here. Larry says, I've not seen it. I should look for the show. Oh yeah, if you have I believe it's on Netflix. And they have several seasons that they've put up. And I think it's actually running right now on PBS, one of the seasons. It's all out of order because, this is what I read on Wikipedia, is they filmed several seasons of that British Bake Off. And then they just tested, like, they gave America, like, season 6, and we became obsessed with it. And so now they're going back and giving us more seasons of it. And I was talking to a British friend of mine, and he was like, we hate that show over here. It's so stupid, it's so boring, and America's obsessed with it. So yeah, check it out. It's really fun. I've learned a lot. And they actually put out a companion show, those of you that have watched that British show with Paul Hollywood, that's his name. Paul Hollywood and Mary Berry put out a companion show where they did like a master class of baking. So they took the challenges that they made the bakers do, and then they did like a master class where it was those two people teaching you how to do it. So it was a lot of fun. Look that up. Oh, Captain Kristen says she almost burned her house down. See? It's very dangerous to cook. You have to be careful. You have to be prepared. I should do a tips and tricks video on how not to burn your house down. Because there's things you need to do to be prepared. Oh, Melissa, you saw it on Netflix a couple months ago. Did you enjoy it? It's fun, isn't it? Captain Kristen was making homemade potato chips. You know, I've never tried that. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's like intrinsically I know that it's probably not the best idea. A friend of mine, my sister-in-law, got one of those air fryers. Do any of you have an air fryer? I really want one. Everyone I know that has one says they love them because you can fry but without the grease. You know, I'd love that because I love fried stuff. Captain Julie says, are you seeing your thumbs down? It only shows me thumbs up, Julie. So quit doing those thumbs down. Yeah, so if you're enjoying these shows, if you're new here especially and you're enjoying them, please give the show a thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder, Julie. I appreciate it very much. 11 people here. I'm so happy you're all here. Oh, Captain Charles, you have an air fryer and it takes a long time. Oh, okay. Well, so you have to plan ahead, but you can still avoid all that grease. Oh, Captain Diana, I have an Instant Pot and I love it. I know Captain Kristen has one too. She's the reason I got mine. I got it from Santa Claus last year. I was very happy. I love it. My favorite thing about the Instant Pot is that if you like to make deviled eggs, when you cook hard-boiled eggs in an Instant Pot, they peel perfectly, effortlessly. You barely crack them open and the egg just slips right out. It's the most complex hard-boiled egg maker I've ever had. But I absolutely love it. I love it. I make quinoa, which I absolutely love as a side dish. Only takes a few minutes. Steel cut oatmeal, which has all the fiber in it still, usually takes about 45 minutes to cook. You can get it done in like 4 or 5 minutes. It's just, my mama had a pressure cooker, but they scare me because those really do blow up, the old-fashioned ones. This digital one I absolutely love. The one I have, the model I have, in case you're curious, is in my Amazon product page. So if you look at products I've mentioned, you can check out the one I have. I absolutely love it. Captain Diana, yes, I don't have farm fresh eggs, but I belong to the cult of Instant Pots. There are groups out there you can join where they're just obsessed. I'm surprised there's not a show on TV yet about just Instant Pot cooking. But yeah, I have heard from other people, Diana, that farm fresh eggs do peel just as easily. It's something about the pressure cooking. They only take like 5 minutes. It's fantastic. So if you're really into it, try it out. Captain Kristen says soup and beans are her fave in the IP. Oh, you should try it out if you're not good at it, at boiling eggs, Kristen, because it's tricky and it's so frustrating when they don't peel properly, especially if you want to make deviled eggs, which you want them to look good. Oh, you know what also? I love egg salad. So what I do is I take my Pyrex dish and put it in the pressure cooker, and then I just crack like a dozen eggs in it, and I cook it, and then I dump out the eggs that are all cooked onto a chopping board, and then just chop it up, and it's instant egg salad. I absolutely love it. It's just so easy. It's so much fun. Oh, Captain Charles has comments about air fryers. Let's all look. Our basket is so small, you can only fry 2 or 3 chicken tenders in each, and since each round takes 220, it's not feasible if you have more than one person you want to eat together. Oh, ooh, do they come in different sizes, Charles? Because that doesn't sound good. Yeah, I'd want it to be big enough to cook the meat for the meal, right? You would want to be able to eat together with your loved ones. Yeah, so that's definitely something to check out. I gotta look for other sizes. Oh, Captain Christian, Trisha Yearwood did a Instant Pot episode. Oh, I'm so sorry I missed it. I love her cooking show. She's so much fun. She's so southern. I just love her approach to cooking. It looks delicious. Okay, well, folks, you know, I have this lunch meeting I have to get freshened up for and head on downtown. So thanks for joining me this morning. Please like this video if you've enjoyed it. If you're new here, subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel. And oh, and also remember that blog post about how to clean ceiling fans is right there in the show description. So if you want to click on that when the show's over and see the information I gave. Plus I have a little clip of the video there too if you want to refresh and watch it again. Okay, say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Central in the USA. Bye-bye.